Ben,
Really?
I've heard you've got a potential OnlyFans idea in the cooking in the works.
Yeah, what are
I
you
think
cooking
I
up
saw
over there?
that. Well, yeah, the web toes only fans.
Yeah,
'Cause
but you've
everyone's
only got
doing
2
feet,
toes
right?
webbed together.
On both feet, though.
Really? I
So
thought it was just the
yeah,
one
so
foot.
think about this, right? Like
I'm
the
thinking.
foot market's very saturated in OnlyFans world, but how many OnlyFans people are gone around with web toes? I think I'd say a very low percentage, if not any. So niche market, I get it. But all I need is like 10,000 freaks around the world. Happy to pay, $5 a month to see these bad boys.
Oh yeah.
Free, so.
Yeah.
I reckon there are 10,000 freaks at least down for web toes.
They'd have $5 a month to blow on blowing.
So what's stopping you?
The fact that I only had the idea like last today.
Okay, yeah.
It's a fresh idea. It's very undercooked.
Got to put it together.
Apparently you can make
Don't
300.
worry,
You'll be spruiking it. It'll be our first sponsor.
Yeah.
Dude, I think
definitely,
I think I've got kitty restrictions on my entire Google account. I can't open OnlyFans right now.
I thought you
Oh,
had pretty restrictions
what?
on you in general. You can't go within 200 feet of a school, dude.
You, sir, are the Brett Finch of this podcast, and I stand by that.
You are
Whoa.
the Jared Hayne of this podcast.
You are
Brett Finch
the
is in
Mitchell.
jail.
You're the Mitchell Pearce. I'm pretty sure Finch is in jail. Is Brett Finch in
Is he
jail?
in jail?
It's a good question. I don't know if he's in jail.
Should
You
be.
reckon they call him Flinch in jail?
Brett
Um,
Finch.
No, I'll probably just call him
Because everyone's doing
pedo.
these ones, and he's going,
Nah, he was spared jail time. That's kind of fucked up for Jared Hayne. Like Brett Finch literally lured children into what do you call it? like a syndicate, right?
Did he? Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he was just sending child exploitation material around. I hadn't heard that he'd actually lured some kids in Taken style.
Yeah, maybe he hadn't. Maybe that's all allegedly.
You heard it here first, folks. The most reputable source of NRL news.
Yeah.
Pulse.
Yeah, he's blamed it all on drugs. How many times have you blamed your predilections on drugs, Ben?
Never. Well,
Never.
I take accountability for all my mistakes, and I'm not a drug user.
Really?
So.
What'd you do to your back?
Oh, man, like I pinched something, and then I went to this like traditional acupressure guy that did all these like things, but I didn't know they were going to start with acupuncture. And this chick, she puts like this needle in my brain stem, and I was like, whoa, because it felt so weird. It felt like, and I heard this noise. It felt like, imagine you put like a needle in like a beach ball or a blow-up mattress, and you sort of hear that like.
Oh.
Like this like liquidy
Really?
air, sort of like, and she poked it into me. I freaked out. I said, no needles. And then I thought and then the guy was doing all these pressure points, and I thought it was like cutting off blood to my brain, and I thought I was dying. It was quite peaceful until then when I rolled over and he pulled my neck. He went like, it didn't warn me.
Okay.
Like elongated my neck.
You didn't say, Mr. Ben, I'm about to pull your neck.
Yeah, normally when they tell you to roll over, you're expecting something else, but
Well, you were at least.
Yeah, I don't think you want to roll over on the acupuncture table.
Yeah, no.
Imagine just having a bunch of needles in your back and be like, all right, roll over.
I think there's heads to them. I think that even if you rolled over, they don't go all the way into the tip of the needle, to the end of the needle.
All right.
But yeah, no, any acupuncturists that ever watched this episode, like, find a new fucking career. Like,
get a different hobby.
You're hurting people. You're dangerous. You're a dangerous type.
It's out of control. There's no restrictions on acupuncturists.
No, and
especially in a third world country.
I'm sick of chiropractors going around saying they're doctors. They're fucking rogue alchemists. They're absolute filth.
By the way, Ben, with that like white smoggy background, it looks like you're just like on a balcony in the clouds right now.
Yeah, you look like you're in the
painted
mist.
wall behind me.
Yeah.
I switched the camera around, but it is also white the other direction.
Okay.
Sort of.
Oh, there you go.
That's
There's a tap.
Yeah, very nice.
It's a nice hotel I'm staying in. I'm a bit far out, but you know, you don't see any like foreigners here, which is great. I'm the only foreigner in the area. Just chill with the locals. I'm going to move on soon. I was going to move on today, but this injury held me back. You know.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's not like NRL. When you get injured, you still get paid.
Yeah.
It's just cost me money.
Yeah. Well, I know how you feel, man. My knee has been hurting a little bit for the last couple of days, so I feel where you're coming from, man.
Yeah, shows your knee.
Oh yeah, looks normal.
Doesn't look anything wrong. Yep. That's it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's hurting. It's just sort of feeling weird. I don't know.
People have less sympathy for like injuries you can't see, like injured backs, injured knees, crippling depression, like
period pain.
Just period pain.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy for period pain.
Why not?
Oh, you should feel it. You don't know what it's like. Oh.
That was loud.
Yeah.
Was that loud?
Can you tell that horn
really loud.
to simmer down?
No, you know, I'm in their environment.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. Ben, I got a question for you. When are you coming back to Australia? Because I'm sick of this.
Yeah, that's a great question.
You're sick of this?
Yeah.
I reckon pretty soon, eh?
Like next week?
Like what do you mean pretty soon? Like, do you just go somewhere and just be like, you know what, I'm just going to be here indefinitely?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm looking for different potential venture ideas, as well as keeping my options open for my previous career back in Australia. I'm taking a bit of a hiatus for the next couple of months. It's great.
What was your previous career?
Sometime. Break up with your partner. And, Matt, well, you're single. You should do this. This is fantastic.
He's right.
Yeah. Well, I just bought a home, so I am now in a mortgage prison.
Shit. Well, you can still like go overseas.
Why aren't you in your new home?
I'll be moving in next weekend, if everything goes according to plan. But no, I am now chained to a mortgage for the next 30 years.
Yeah, nice.
Next weekend on the Saturday.
A night there? You spent a night in the house yet?
No. There's still a tenant in there. I haven't settled. I can't even move in yet.
I was gonna say, have you come in every room yet? But there's a tenant in there, but I still reckon it's doable.
Yeah. No, I think that the tenant's moving out like pretty much tomorrow. So.
You think they're gonna leave you a shit in the toilet?
Well, I don't think so. No.
They're going to give you the Reese Hayden special. It's just a shit with no toilet paper to be seen.
Oh, that's. You sound like you're talking from personal experience.
Yeah. There's no need to use toilet paper if you're going to use the shower immediately after, right?
You still got to flush the toilet.
Ben, you've done that.
Over the current tenants.
Wait, sorry. What am I answering?
Are you flexing over the current tenants?
Have you ever done a shit and then cleaned it off in the shower without using toilet paper?
Okay. In answer to Mike's question, no, I'm not a barbarian. Also, I'll also say this: I've never pissed in the shower as well in my entire life.
What? Shit. You're full of shit, dude.
I have never done it.
You're a hypochondriac. Like, what's the matter with you?
Piss?
What do you mean? What's the matter with me? I pee in the toilet. I shower in the shower. Keep things separate.
What about everywhere? You can pee in the drain.
What about
your drain, dude?
What about your post-fuck piss? Like, what do you?
Yeah, post-fuck piss.
My post-fuck piss goes in the toilet.
Do you do like these ones when you do your? I'm a bit sore. Yep. Where you gotta sort of like lean over the toilet and then like push your boner down.
Yeah.
And then like, have you ever like even put one leg up onto the toilet?
It's more like this. More like a.
Yeah. It's one of those ones.
You're like,
it's that one. Yeah.
And then have you ever sat down and you're still sort of like semi, and it can happen when you flash too. and the end of your knob hits the inner porcelain of the toilet.
Oh, hate that.
It's the word. I hate that on public toilets. You feel like you've just caught every disease.
Why are you sitting down on a public toilet?
Occasionally, I mean, I don't. It's not a hobby. I don't go seek it out. But like occasionally, you're like, "Ow, fuck! I really got to hang a shit."
All right, I think that's enough episode titles. Welcome to another episode of Just the Tip. I'm your host, Michael. Join with me all the way from the outskirts of Hanoi, Benjamin Stern. Thank you for joining us.
It's going to be nice. Thank you for,
Did I get that right? You're in Hanoi?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's good to see that all three of us could actually show up for
Terrific.
once. Yep.
Good.
Hint, hint.
You?
Oh, sorry, wrong guy. Hey, yeah, it's great to be here, guys. No, I'm feeling alive. I'm a guy.
Yeah, you're putting your post-fuck piss in the shower like a normal man.
Yeah, that's right.
Matt, how you doing? How was your weekend?
Yeah, my weekend was good. We went and watched the Titans unfortunately lose to the Broncos. Well, we might talk about it later. But before we get too much into footy, though, I have a question for Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, did you watch last week's episode?
Of this?
Yes, of Just the Tip.
Yeah, of this, yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing, and I wasn't well. I'm making some excuses here, but I wasn't well.
Yeah,
I heard myself
full of
getting
them.
ripped on hard.
Mhm.
Was not in the mood for it. Wasn't buying it.
Yeah.
Said I'll watch later. And
Okay.
Then, yeah.
Question. Did
I've been
you
unwell
watch
every day here?
Did you watch the first thing that we talk about as to why you weren't on the video?
Yeah,
on the podcast?
yeah. The towels. Yeah, I heard the towel story. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can you did you have anything to say for yourself?
Confirm or deny?
I don't know. Do you have anything to admit about the origins of the story, Matthew?
That you told it to me and you asked me not to tell anybody. You said it was in confidence and that you were embarrassed by it. And then I was like, you know what, fuck it. He keeps not showing up to episodes. I'm just going to tell him. Yeah.
Yeah. How does it firstly feel about going against your word that you wouldn't tell the story, and secondly, the fact that the story didn't exist at all, and I have much better, more embarrassing stories that you could have used that are real had you have asked. So your lack of creativity coupled with your ingenuineness has made for a very disgruntled co-host.
Yeah. Well, if I may jump in.
Take a long look in the mirror, Matthew.
Please jump in.
I think
Please jump in.
I think perception is reality, and I perceive Ben protesting too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He doth.
He doth.
Okay, so
Right.
you are refuting these claims, and you're also now putting it back on me, saying that I feel ashamed for telling a story when I said I wouldn't.
Yeah, and that's.
But you're also saying it's not true.
Yeah, I'm saying the story doesn't exist, and if it did exist, and in all fairness, it's something that seems likely that could be true. It seems like very, but it's not.
It's happened to you before.
I think the watchers of this podcast will side with me on this one. If I've ever been true about anything, it's this now. Your Honor, I rest my case. Your mics, your mats, they may look good on camera. They may show a facade, but they're a weasel in the room, and that weasel will bite your nuts when you sleep.
Is it a weasel or a seal?
Yeah. We told us 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you told us this.
The seal.
Were you so blinded by your rage about this false story that you took the Dolphins bet against the South Sydney Rabbitohs?
Yeah. So at halftime, I was a
Cheering.
savant. I was a savant. I was walking around I'm talking around with the kind of sack that would make a potato salesman rich. This was a big old fucking sack of confidence,
Mm-hmm.
and then a few decisions went against the Finns. Some sin binning, a bit of this, bit of that, a couple tries later, and they're out of the contest. I really think it could have gone either way. I back myself. I stand by the fact I made a mistake. I should have gone safe.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what I warned myself and everyone against, that I do these kind of things. I'm about as fucking predictable as my own sex life.
If there were one.
If there were one. So very predictable.
Yeah. Matt, you're the only one who took the Sharks by accident against bottom 4 team, the Sydney Roosters.
Yeah, no, I take absolutely no credit for that. I fully intended to tip the Roosters. I said I did on the podcast, and hadn't realized after the game started. But I regret nothing because
what can you do?
It was a stroke of genius.
It was a fate tip. We all had Storm. Bird Gang got up by a lot. We all had the Wars. Yeah, all three of us had Wars. We all had Penrith. Man, that was a tight one. Did you watch the Penrith Knights game, Benjamin?
I watched the highlights. I haven't been watching them. I need to download a VPN. Oh my god, I've got a GIF of Jerome vomiting. Insert now. What did you ask me again? What were we talking about?
Did you watch the last 30 seconds of the Penrith Knights game? Because it was incredible.
Yeah. The field goals, the golden points, the thises and that's. I was there for the highlight reel. But I'll be getting a VPN and getting back on my KO.
I unlike Matt, I stuck to my guns and tipped the Titans. We all had the Raiders. I think Jeffrey and Axel took the Bulldogs, and everybody else was on Para. Para won that, right? Oh yeah, handsomely.
Yes, they did.
All right, it's a ladder update time. If that siren's not too loud for you.
Yeah, ladder update. So coming in at absolutely. Am I still on camera, by the way? Because I'm on a different tab.
Yep.
Oh, that siren's gone. Thank God.
Eating.
So bad.
So if these 11 people in the comp were a human centipede, eating the final digested fecal matter would be Mitch.
Where I think he'd want to be, truly.
He is the tail of this human centipede right now, coming in at 10th. So Mitchie's on 30, coming in at 10th to 7th, all on 31. You've got Noah, Jeff, Axel, and you, Mike. 32, we've got Matt and Harry, just separated by a fairly small margin there. 4th and 3rd, coming in at 33 points. You've got Lockie drizzling his way into 4th. The fall of the Tristan Empire is continuing. At 3rd, on 35 points.
Nipping at your heels.
Nipping at my fucking heels.
The only female getting even slightly close to you.
Yeah, I can smell her breath. It's uncomfortably close. Brooke in 2nd. And I'm still winning, but I'm now only winning by 2 points, not 3 points, with a stupid cunting Dolphins decision, which I honestly made right at the last minute. It was a last minute backflip.
Yeah.
In all confidence and honesty. Now, still managed to salvage 5 points for the round, dropped to total point on 37, leading by 2.
That's terrific. That's great content.
Cool. Suck my balls.
Cool. I forgot to do the news. I usually do the news before that. I've only got 2 bits of news here this week, so feel free to add any. Jack Wighton dips out on any representative footy, allegedly, so he can sign a bigger contract somewhere else. So he's a representative player who's not going to be playing rep footy. So he might be able to sign a little bit of a bigger contract with the Dolphins. Matt, what's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, interesting. I don't think he's that old. And you'd think he'd be definitely in talks for either a center or a bench spot for the Blues. But yeah, I mean, he's not the first player to do this. Obviously got his reasons. Obviously doesn't truly love the jersey that you wear currently, Michael. He doesn't. I don't think he bleeds blue. I think maybe he blues out maybe like a cyan or a turquoise,
like
but
a
not
pussy
true blue.
maroon. Have you ever popped a cyst and it was like a maroni ooze?
No, I've popped pimples.
Yeah.
Never
They've been
popped
blue.
a cyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't popped. But thank you for that input.
Would you rather eat a teaspoon of cum or a teaspoon of pus?
Who's cum and who's pus? Both mine.
Both yours. They're both yours.
Both, either my semen or my pus. I'll eat mine semen.
Mike's semen or your pus?
I'll take Matt's pus. The next bit of news I've got here.
That was a Matt question. So we'll just focus on the important topics. Matt, Mike's cum or your pus?
My pus.
Okay.
Cool. I'd go half and half.
Ben, my pus or your dad's cum?
Your pus.
Okay. All right. Your dad's pus or my cum?
That's a hard one.
Your cum, but we might cut it with a bit of pus.
Yeah. Okay. Good answer. Yeah, I think Jack Wighton sees the writing on the wall that there's no 5'8" spot for him. He's got to play at centre. At best, he might be coming off the bench, which leads into the next thing. My 5'8" pick for the Blues this year, with no surprise, Nicho Hynes says that he hates Queensland. He says he hates you, Ben. He hates Queenslanders. Sorry.
He hates me personally.
Personally, he says, I hate Queensland. Queensland is the only thing I hate in life when Origin time is on. Oh. It's a good state for beaches, but at Origin time, I hate it. I should say Queenslanders as well. I feel like go after the Queenslanders.
What a beautiful man.
How do you not start him with
How do you not start him?
He's crazy. He's great. I love it. This is how you get on the Blues team. I bet Freddie doesn't pick him. He'd be so annoying.
You'd be foolish. Absolutely foolish.
It'd be so annoying. Like, he's the best player. Like, second best, maybe.
I reckon he'd be annoying to have around at Origin camp.
No, he's a great guy.
I think I could handle.
What are you talking about?
Is like me, like I could handle Hynes in small doses.
You don't even like State of Origin.
Yeah. Ben, have you ever heard Hynes speak? Like, he's an angel.
Yeah, I know, and it bothers me.
Oh, because he's too much of an angel. It annoys
too nice.
He's too eloquent. So maybe an hour at a time. I don't think I could spend like 4 days with him locked in a cabin in some Origin training camp.
Yeah,
I see.
We would get each other's necks.
Well, I famously can't spend a day with you, so I'll take 4 days of Nicho Hynes and a teaspoon of his cum any day.
Famously.
Over a day with you and a teaspoon of pus. Shall we get some tipping? Shall we do a bit of tipping?
Let's tip.
Do you want to tip, Benny? Benny, you want to do some tipping?
Would you rather syringe a load of Nicho Hynes' cum into your urethra or eat a teaspoon of your own cum?
I don't like needles, so that's an easy one for me.
Yeah. I'm just imagining the physical operation of doing that and like feeling your penis fill up with someone else's cum, and I don't think I want that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get on to some tipping then, gents.
All right.
Let's tip.
This has been a weird episode. You guys should like.
You're a fucking weird dude. Like.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Like
you're answering questions weird.
You're always talking about whose cum we want to eat. You're always asking us.
Like, shirt.
Yeah. It's fun. Shout out to Haunter.
Yeah, shout out to Haunter.
Get him in the thumbnail.
Your forehe's wrapped around your neck a bit too tight, man.
Oh man, yeah, you're starting to lose so much hair from your head; it's falling off your brain. Round 8, game 1. Bunnies versus the Panthers. Benjamin, you're going to take the first hit up here. Who you got?
Bunnies versus Panthers. I'm playing it safe. I'm done my tail's between my legs since since last week. I'm gonna go the Panthers, and I think they're gonna win well. I think that they're not going to take this game as lightly as they did last week's, and I think that they're going to show who's boss. Panthers by 14 points.
Yeah. Okay. Matt, who have you got for this one?
I'm also going Penrith. So
Okay.
Kolomatangi, he's out injured for the Rabbitohs, so Cheekham's on the edge. They get Isaac Thompson back, though, on the wing. Panthers, they lose Liam Martin, but he's been in and out all season. Penrith have now won 5 straight games against South Sydney since the 2021 grand final. So I think they roll on here. I think they go 6 against the Rabbitohs. I'll say they win by 6 points.
Okay. You don't think the 5-day turnaround is going to do anything for them?
Against them, the Panthers?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But
kind of a big game as well. Went into Golden Point. Maybe took a lot out of them.
I think it's absolutely a possibility that
Bunnies at home.
Are you taking the bunnies?
Yeah, I think I might be. I'm ready.
Our episode title.
It's a possibility. Yeah, I think all signs point to the Rabbitohs here, and there's value in $2.56. I might flip on this tomorrow.
Money on it.
Don't hold me. Yeah, okay, I'll put money on the Rabbitohs. I don't care. I would pay $10 to get a correct tip. You know what I mean? So how many games are there? There's 8. I would pay $80 a week to get a perfect round. Don't get me wrong.
No, then you'll lose on the whole. No.
$80 times 27.
Yeah, the economics does not add up.
No, I might break even. Who knows? There's no way of telling. Yeah, I think all signs point to a Rabbitohs victory here, but I am possibly going to flip on top of that. Ben, you've got something to say over the top of me? Well, what is that? Well, you could just wait until I've finished what I was saying. Are we gonna? What people? The people in the truck?
With the people that are in our tipping comp that still haven't put money in, because
Dude,
we need to deal with this.
Deal with them.
No, Matt started the competition. He's the only one that can kick them out. He's too much of a fucking cuck to do anything about it.
Matt's had enough of this episode, man. This is going to be so hard to edit.
Can we just tip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Oh my God, Mike, you
oh yeah, it's my fault. Oh yeah, it's my fucking fault. Yeah.
You broke our match.
Eels versus the Broncos. Eels. I think this is in Darwin. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It is.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Broncos on this one. Matthew, who you got?
I'm also on the Broncos. In saying that, though, Parramatta have had a pretty good record in the games that they do take to Darwin. They've been doing that for a few years now. I think they're sitting at a 75% win rate up there. Generally always play a Queensland team. Brisbane for this one. Corey Oates is back for Brisbane as well as Flegler. Josh Hodgson's back for the Eels. Hard one to tip, but I mean, I know I didn't say that a short turnaround would affect the Panthers, but now I'm saying a short turnaround is going to affect the Eels. So I'll say Broncos win by 6 points, but this is actually this is the one. Like Mike, you felt strongly about the Rabbitohs. I'm kind of feeling something for Power in this game. I'm tipping Broncos purely on ladder position, but I got a feeling about Power in this one.
Yeah, not bad. Benjamin.
I know I'm going to regret this. Ieru.
Sorry, what?
Ieru.
Eel?
Unari?
Unagi.
Unagi. Unari?
Eel, 0.1 win.
Eels by 1 point.
Yeah, see.
Okay, cool.
All right, I respect it.
Next game we've got here is we've only got one Thursday, one Friday, 2 Saturdays.
Yeah, because it's Anzac round. Yeah.
Oh,
every round's been Anzac round so far. Why is it?
Nope. Has anyone taken the Dogs on this one?
I'm gonna say no.
Crickets? Yeah, no one's taking the Dogs on this one. The Sharks are flying. They're flying Sharks.
Crickets
They're
is
Sky
actually
Sharks.
A great team name. They should bring out like
The West
like
Brisbane
the
Crickets.
Crickets or something. Cairns Crickets would be good.
The Dubbo Crickets. No, it should be the Dubbo Elephants.
The Wagga Wagga Crickets.
And the Wagga Wagga Wombats. It's got to be alliteration.
Yeah.
That's a big word for you.
Yeah. What's it mean?
I don't know, but your color of shirt is blue. It means when you have like words starting with the same letter and it sounds cool because it's the same first letter.
Alliteration.
That was a quick Google search, Ben.
Not you. Do you reckon that was the definition, not Google? That's how I said it. Was how it was written on Google.
You summarized it because you can't read. The next game we've got here is the Cowboys versus the Knights. Knights had a strong showing against the former premiers Panthers.
Yeah.
Cowboys are at home. Cowboys have not had good form recently. I feel like the Knights could get up here. What do you? No? Yes? No? Benjamin?
Doy.
Dewey.
Doy, yeah.
Doy.
I'm a Doy. I'm a Doy on this one.
Okay.
I'm a Doy on this one. I think that, I mean, shit, man.
Hey, P's back.
Go either way. It's in North Queensland. I don't see Knights backing it up. I don't know. It's a hard one to pick. It's a coin flip. I'm going to go Doy for home ground advantage only. Lock in Doy 12 points.
12 points.
Yeah, try Doy.
Okay. That's how you fuck your margin. What's your margin at?
What kind of sex doys
78.
do you have?
Matt, who have you got out of the Sex Doys and the Knights?
This is a tough one to tip. I think this is might be the toughest game of the round because you think Cowboys because of what they did last season, but Knights, man, they've been impressive so far. They went the distance with Penrith, but unlucky to lose. Also, for the Cowboys, Tamalolo, he's gone for 6 weeks. So Cotter's the new lock, although they do get McLean back from injury. For the Knights, though, Kalen Ponga is back at 6 after his concussion layoff.
He's the most overrated piece of shit.
Yeah, at the moment, I don't think he's a piece of shit, but he's obviously, I don't know, he's just so inconsistent with his the amount of time he spends on the field. But that means Tyson Gamble goes back to the bench. And I think you need a mongrel like Gamble playing 80 minutes.
Yeah.
You do.
I think...
Your Tyson Gambles, I class him with your Cotters. I class him with your Hastingses. Like, you need that fucking... You know he hasn't trimmed his pubes in years. You really need that. I mean, how often does Warrior Hargrave actually shave his balls? Let's be real here. Like, Matt?
Where are we going with this?
Imagine out of East Sydney, he's lasered.
What's wrong with you, dude?
Yeah. Warrior Hargrave's definitely got a bleached asshole. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, bleached asshole, completely lasered. That's a Roosters thing for sure.
He's got a thick ball mane, that guy.
Yeah. So Tyson Gamble's on the bench.
Yeah.
Also, though, a little stat for this game. Newcastle have not beaten the Cowboys in Townsville since 2015. So eight years now. I think, even though the Knights are in good form, the return of Ponga is a bad omen when it should be Gamble being the 6th. I say the Cowboys snap their 3-game losing streak. They win by 6 points, though. That's my margin.
Yeah, fair go.
How do you think that the Gamble family got that last name?
By gambling.
Murdering.
Gambling on murder. I think the best thing that could happen to the Newcastle Knights here is if Kalen Ponga gets injured or gets knocked out within the first 20 minutes and Gamble comes on and replaces him for the entire game. Then they win. If that happens, they win. But if not, that stat about the Cowboys not having lost to the Knights in 8 years? Nah. I'm gonna take the Doys on this one, but I could flip to that one in the last minute. We'll see what happens. Game of the round here.
Game of the round.
game of the round. If I see a cheap ticket to this game flash up, I'm going to grab that shit. But for now, I'm not paying anything more than $40 to go to this game. We've got the Dolphins versus the Gold Coast Titans. Gold Coast Titans coming off a tough loss. I went back and rewatched the KO highlights or the KO mini. I still don't like Kieran Foran, and his performance over the weekend didn't give me anything to like him anymore. He literally threw a pass to no one that got picked up by the Broncos, and that was one of the last tries that Selwyn Cobbo made. Like, what doing? Like, was someone supposed to be there? Somebody obviously maybe missed their assignment, but still, like, he just threw the ball on the ground. Like, it's very disappointing stuff. Regardless, I think Titans win here and win well. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Dolphins Titans Anzac round game at Suncorp Stadium. This is going to be a good game.
Do the Dolphins have an Anzac jersey?
No idea. Maybe. For the Dolphins, Finn Diesel's back from suspension. Kafusi, but they do lose Kenny Bromwich to his own suspension. Jared Wallace, he's going to play against his old club as well in this one.
Fuck, that guy must be about 100 by now.
Yeah.
He's old. I think he's about 31. That would be my guess. For the Titans, they've got Jojo Fafita back from injury on the wing. Sammy goes to the center. Shop is out. Thomas McKaylee makes his club debut off the bench. Cleese or Clessy Haas is also named on the bench. He had a big game in Q Cup last weekend. Also, though, AJ Brimson lurking in the reserves for the Titans.
Do you think he'll play?
Well, I am the Titans physio, so I know the answer to this question. And I'm going to say yes, he does play. Big Anzac round. I think he's ready to go. I can see Wayne Bennett getting the Dolphins really up for this game, being an Anzac round. He seems like the kind of person who would share some old war times when he like, you know, took part in the Civil War, like tell some stories about what it was like fighting for the South. But the Titans do not want to lose to the new youngest Queensland team. They're not going to be beaten by their younger brothers. They've always been the younger brothers. Now they have a younger brother who's just been born. They're not going to lose to him.
Middle child syndrome.
It's time to punch that baby in the head, is what you're saying.
Time to punch down. Titans win by 12 points.
Yeah, win and win well. Ben, who have you got for this one?
How far could David Fafita throw a 3-month-old baby? Realistically, like distance-wise.
What ethnicity is the baby?
I don't think that comes into play.
40 meters?
Thick. It'd be a thick baby.
No, not 40. I reckon like 10 to 15 meters you could realistically throw an infant that small.
I could throw a baby more than 10 meters.
You reckon? Like get a nice switch off the ankles?
Definitely. If I had practice as well, if you had like 10 babies there and I get to chuck like the 9th or the 10th one is the one that's getting measured. Yeah.
Yeah, like shot put it, like spin, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he
like
get to
hammer throw?
Yeah.
I reckon 15 meters. Let us know in the comments how far do you think David Fafita could throw a 3-month-old
It's great. Rugby league history. Let us know how far could David Fafita throw a little baby. Who you got for this one, Benjamin?
I'm a Finn man.
Yeah.
You're the Finn man.
Yeah, they've softened up to me. They're my maybe.
After they pulled the Roosters' pants down in round 1.
Yeah, I know. They're they're definitely not in my bottom 10 most hated teams.
Okay. All right. Well, the next game, Sunday afternoon game. West Tigers versus the Manly Seagulls. Man, tough break for the West Tigers last week, losing against the bye by 1 point. Sucks to be them. They come into this round against the Manly Seagulls, who have just beaten the Melbourne Storm. And not just, they've fucking pulled the pants down on the Melbourne Storm, if I may use that phrase again. I think the Manly Seagulls win here and win well. Does anyone disagree?
I don't disagree. I think we're up for another raw dogging.
Are we all able to bring up, I think I brought this up before, are we all able to bring up the Tigers draw?
Remember when we brought
Sure.
up the Titans executives and looked at their faces? That was...
Can we go through these games and see which one of these games are the Tigers going to win?
Well, if you're asking me, it's this game.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go on.
All right. So I am hoping that the Tigers went on a soul-searching mission.
It's going to be an Anzac miracle.
They went on a soul-searching retreat for their bye week. They have an extremely weird team. So they've got Jareem Bula making his NRL debut at fullback. Staines, who was mostly good in that game 2 weeks ago, he's on the wing. Wakeham 6. They've got two outside backs on the bench, Dane Laurie and Tommy Talau. I don't expect this team to line up how it's named. If it does, who knows? So far this season, all but one team has won their match after having a bye.
Mm-hmm.
That being when Penrith lost to Parramatta by 1 point. Here, the Tigers, they've gone on their soul-searching retreat. They've communed with the spirits. They've reconnected with the ancestors. They're coming back invigorated by an incredibly strange 17 lineup. Call me crazy, but I think the Tigers win by 4 points.
You locking it in?
Yeah, you're crazy, dude. Yeah, no fucking way. As soon as you said that about the bench.
I'm feeling it.
So he's feeling it. Let him feel it.
Yeah. Energies of the universe.
You're actually going to tip the Tigers?
See.
Oh.
See, if Mike, if your last name was Staines, what's the worst possible first name you could have?
Richard?
But
it's like Kuhm. Cum. Swedish. Yeah, no, you're crazy. You should flip that. Just when you said that about the bench, I didn't realize when I was looking at that today, they've got Tommy Talau and Dane Laurie on the bench. There's no way this team comes out like this.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
Matt's unpredictable because like Matt's definitely the most like normal sort of version of a human, but then he'll just get this occasional like twinkle of craziness in his eyes, and it throws out all confidence you have in him.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's friends with us. Yeah.
He's 98% normal, but that 2%.
Yeah, when it comes out, it's out.
Well, just let's reconvene on Sunday afternoon and see how things play out.
I like the balls you're putting on the table on this one. I respect it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I respect it even if you don't get it, mate.
I won't. The next game we've got here is on Tuesday. Man, we got to wait a whole Monday before we watch these two games. This is bullshit.
I know.
And even the second game's on pretty late. Like, I got to work on Wednesday.
These days? Whose job was it to plan these games?
Well, this is on Anzac Day, so that's just how it is.
What if Anzac Day's on a Thursday?
Yeah, why couldn't they move Anzac
They would have it then.
Why couldn't they move Anzac
What if it's on a Wednesday?
To correlate with the football better?
Yeah, so whatever day Anzac Day is on, that's when these two matches happen.
But if there was
Whenever the
Anzac Day on a
Dragons are on,
Thursday,
Anzac Day
would these four teams verse each other on the Thursday, and then everybody would just be bumped?
Correct. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So it's always Roosters, Dragons, and always Storm Warriors on Anzac Day. That's their tradition.
I guess it is a public holiday. You could start it at 2. It's a public holiday. Like, why does it have to start so late?
Are you taking Monday off work?
No.
Why not?
Because I couldn't get it in time. Are you taking Monday off work, Matt?
No. I pretty much used all my annual leave for the year already.
Really?
It's a family business. How do you guys actually hold true to all these weird ways of actually doing things?
I mean, if I kept taking just days off when I shouldn't be, we wouldn't be a very well-run family business, would we?
Well, that's a very big assumption. You got to give them a shout out. Like I'm not going to say the name of the business, but Matt, like anytime you want to just give them a shout out, like you've got a platform.
Yeah, well, go. If anyone needs a designer luxury granny flat in southeast Queensland, go check out funkylittleshack.com.au. Roosters Dragons.
I can attest to that. My family have one, and they are the highest quality, funkiest, and littlest of shacks you can get.
Do they actually?
Get it up here.
Yes, I can neither confirm nor deny this. For the Roosters Dragons, the baby wizard Sam Walker has been dropped.
Dropped? Like a fucking bag of shit that he is
Dropped.
in a piece of shit bag team.
Whoa.
Dropped to the ground.
Whoa. Michael, he's a baby.
Okay, sorry. We should be throwing him, not dropping him. We should be chucking
We should
him
be throwing him. Luke Keary's the 7, Joseph Manu's the 6. Also, Angus Crichton, he's back from personal leave, plays his first game for the year on the edge. And also Tupanua also plays his first game back from an ACL injury. So there's a lot of changes for the Roosters. For the Dragons, the I don't know how he starts on the edge. Ben Murdoch-Masila is back in the team.
Yep.
I'm not sure if he even plays. This is typically a tight match. Generally, the Dragons do have a lot of success in this match as well. Interesting with all the Rooster changes. I will say Roosters by 6 points. Could go either way.
Yeah, Momorovsky back in the team is a weird choice. He was lurking last week, right?
Yeah, he's just having World War II flashbacks.
He's the kicker. Yeah, interesting. Angus Crichton back from his acid trip.
He's useless, dude. He was useless even at the best of time. He's probably in the top 10 most overrated. We're going to add this to the awards ceremony at the end of the year to the Cirkies, but top 10, write it down, most overrated players.
Okay.
Well, we'll do our top 3. We'll do our top 3 each.
Okay, no, we've got time. We can do 10. It's night of nights. There's rugby league's night of nights.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Ben, I did you bet me that if you win the comp, I'm wearing this dress?
Yeah. Oh, no, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you wear horns, man.
Yeah, wear that to the Cirkies.
Yeah, I don't hate this Roosters team. I think it's an improvement. I'm going to take the Roosters here as well. Even though they are a bottom 4 side, they're versing a bottom 3 side in the Dragons. And I think they get up by 4 points. Ben, you were going to boldly interrupt, sorry?
Where's your hate towards the Roosters come from?
I'm looking at it.
There's so many more hateable teams.
No, there isn't. No, Roosters represent latte-sipping eastern side of town. I don't know why they're your team.
You know, but the thing is, like, this is what gets me. Is like
you should be a Souths fan, man. Like you
Matt,
scream
Souths. How old are the Titans? Fuck off. How old are the Titans?
2007.
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah.
So do the math on that for me. How old is that?
16 years.
16 years. And you're a 32-year-old male, presumably. Who did you go for between the ages of 0 and 16?
Who are you asking?
Both of you.
Oh.
It's just the way you said Matt at the start of the question.
Yeah. I would boldly assume one in particular. But
When I lived in Sydney for 2 years, when I was a young cub, I went for the Roosters because Anthony Minicello kind of looked like me. So I was, and he was
like you.
He's
like you.
Well, no, and the only reason I'd say that is because he's of Italian heritage and I'm Greek heritage. So I was like, yes, gabagool, you know what I'm saying? But that was pretty much the only reason. And then eventually I fell off rugby league until I was like 20. And then I was like, actually, you know what? The Titans are the greatest team of all time. Rugby league is the greatest game of all time. And I'm going to dedicate my life to it.
It's a funny old game, rugby league. I too. Anthony Minicello is maybe my favorite player of all time. I love that cunt.
Dude, I saw him recently and he's a fucking legend. He's so fit now. He doesn't even play, dude. I'm still fucking shredded.
He did a great interview with Denon Kemp in Bloke in a Bar where he just talks about how much painkillers he was on when he was playing. Like he was just in constant pain all the time.
He's the pinnacle of a mensch. He's a nice guy. He's well spoken. He looks sharp. He's, he stays off all the nonsense. He's a really he
doesn't diddle kids.
Of a Jared Hayne or a fucking Payne Haas or one of these fucking these bottom of the barrel, your Trells, your fucking.
Sometimes I think you just
Stuff
fucking
is
say
so
names, hey.
Yeah.
The plucking names.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the best.
So, who are you guys tipping for this game?
Roosters.
Cock-a-doodle-fucking-doo, motherfucker.
I'll tell you
I was
who's.
going to tip Sharks last week, and I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Oh,
Mhm.
great. I'm glad you brought that up. You know who is going to need some fucking painkillers? The New Zealand Warriors, after the Storm get fucking done with them on the weekend. I'm
you
tipping the
reckon?
Storm by a lot.
Oh.
6
On-
points.
On Saturday, you were all about the Storm dynasty falling. If I remember correct, you were sojued up and
Purple skid marks.
yeah.
Soju, baby.
Purple skid marks. Yeah, I think the Storm bounce back here. They don't lose too many games in a row. They're going to get absolutely fucking whipped this week. It's a long turnaround, right? From Saturday to fucking Tuesday. Yeah, they'll be getting fucking whipped. Bellamy won't want to lose this one. And I
Slow
don't think they
fall.
will.
As the old expression goes, Rome didn't fall overnight.
That is the old expression. Yep.
Well, isn't that Rome didn't something overnight? But anyway, they're not going to whatever overnight.
Rome
They
wasn't
are on
fallen overnight.
Rome wasn't built in one day, is the expression.
Rome wasn't built overnight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to do it during the day.
Ben, who are you tipping for this one?
Sneezed.
I heard that sneeze.
That's some random cunt. Oi, stop sneezing! I'm trying to film a fucking podcast.
Stop beeping.
Yeah, so do you tip a bunch of guys wearing costumes and making throat noises, or do you tip a weather pattern?
What are the? Okay.
I'm going to go with the weather on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Lock in the purple coloured men.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
This purple coloured men.
This is the other traditional Anzac Day game, and it's from a presentation point of view. It's actually a really good show. They put it's a nighttime, and they like put all the lights out in the stadium. It's really good, something good to watch on the TV. This is also the 50th ever game played between the Storm and the Warriors. That's a fun little stat.
Good game.
Yeah. The Melbourne have actually played the Storm the third most of any team in the NRL.
Okay.
For the Storm, Meany's back, so Munster goes to 6. Asafa Solomona is also back from a knee injury. For the Warriors, Niakore's back on the edge. I will be tipping the Storm because I think they will win. But here's a question, actually. When I was doing my research for this, how many games do you think the Storm have won in a row against New Zealand? Because they have a little bit of a streak going. I got to answer from both of you.
7.
I'll take 6. I'll take the under. Yeah.
The answer is 13.
Oh, that's a lot.
They have won 13 straight games against the Warriors.
And
I think the streak continues.
I think that Storm's going to win. And here's my wild theory, and tell me if you think there's any sort of basis to this, or this is just the drunken mumblings of the semi-insane man. But if the Warriors were versing a better team, say a Panthers or something, they might actually have more chance of winning in an upset than a sort of Storm. And
Middle of the pack team.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's irrelevant to this particular game, but it's just I don't know. It's something that I feel swimming deep within my ball sack that they. Well, can somebody help me out here and tell me if there's any basis behind this, Matt?
I think there's something to that because they're a very resilient team, and they're the kind of team that maybe would upset a few teams. But to me,
they rise up against one of the best teams.
To me, though, I don't know if they would beat one of the best. To me, they seem like the kind of team that will finish 7th this year and will beat all the teams they should beat and will lose to all the teams above them. That's
Are they your predicted top 8?
No, at the start of the season, I tipped them for the wooden spoon.
Are they in my predicted top 8?
I think maybe they were, and then you realized that there were other
Yes.
teams in the NRL and you kicked them out.
No, didn't he land on the Warriors in the 8?
It's such a blur. His top 8 predicted.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Yeah. Comments? Should we get to some comments?
Yeah, comments.
Yeah.
I'm reading out the comments this week. Yes.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here are some comments. So we have a comment from. Can you please put your phone on silent?
Yeah,
Ben?
come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, for
All right.
fuck's sake.
I'll put it on silent now.
Thank you.
Can you stop interrupting the podcast though with meaningless things like that?
Cut that.
Okay. So our first comment is from G Stern. G
Yeah.
Stern. He says, Hynes signs the biggest deal in Sharks history, made your #1 headline news. That is such a poor signing because the forthcoming drought caused by La Nina will render the wet-headed star useless without his secret weapon. Also, that sort of money will only go into the purchase of drugs so he can keep his mum's business afloat. However, keeping him happy will keep the players at his famous drug club doped up. Shane Flanagan must be pulling his hair out.
That's good
So
stuff.
I think he meant drought.
Keep your comments to 25 words or under.
Okay.
Yeah. So slander and lies from Jeff
Yeah.
because Hynes is an angel.
I don't back any of that. Yeah. And his
I
mum's
don't
in
back any of
jail. Like, she's done.
Who's letting this guy comment on our videos?
You?
That's
Me?
just YouTube. That's how it is.
I
how it is, yeah.
I surrendered. Yeah, I surrendered power to this YouTube channel many months ago.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you did. Maybe you should have clung on.
if every time that you miss an episode, you lose shares in the company. The other comment we have is from Rugby League History. He says,
Yes.
Ben is a liability, a loose cannon.
This guy can fuck off, honestly. I'm talking straight to you now, cunt. Like, who the fuck are you? But also, thanks for commenting on our videos.
We're gonna replace you with Rugby League History.
Yeah.
Just
for
you
about
wait.
a week. Let's all do Rugby League History impersonations.
We did that. We did that last week.
It's been done.
It's
Yeah,
been
again,
Have we
done.
done that?
It's been done.
It's been done.
Oh, on Rugby League History. Oh, this is a good podcast. Oh,
that's not it.
Dick.
That's
Okay,
not it.
listen.
That's like, it's gotta be from further north.
North, closer to Scotland.
Yeah, it's gotta be north of, it's gotta be a little
more
more
like-
northern.
A bit like this. I watch all the Rugby League podcasts. And
There it is.
There you go. It's a bit more like
No.
that.
You had it before. No, you had it before. You've lost it now.
I nailed it for about 2 words.
Yeah, you did.
So
yeah.
so now that we're talking about his voice, he goes on to say in his comment,
Mhm.
they say in England around every 20 miles the accent changes, which is pretty accurate. If I go to Sunderland or Newcastle, which is about 30 to 45 minutes away, they sound totally different to me. Having lived in Australia, there are slight variations in the Australian accent, but it's more based on social class rather than actual location. I found that people were very low on the social class sound very nasally when they talk. Then you get your middle class sounding accent, your Channel 9 styled accent like Peter Overton or Carl Stefanovic. Then you get your snobby upper class accent like Kate Blanchett or Nicole Kidman. I did notice, though, when I went to Tasmania, though, they speak a bit slower and more delayed than when I've been to Melbourne or Sydney.
That's true. That's true. Got
You
him.
save yourself with that funny line.
Yeah, no, we hate
the-
Tasmanians around
What
up
the
here.
fuck did that cunt just fucking say to me? He said my fucking voice is nasally.
My sister might be my mum and my daughter, but fuck off.
My voice is
hocking me fucking Lorna.
You always get me fucking loiter. You always fucking doing it to me. I feel like I could do it. I feel like I can like use my upper lip to close my nose when I do it. It's like, you fucking can't. I'll fucking kill you. You always fucking look at me for it.
Yeah, look at me.
You're always putting live fucking. Sticking live worms in your dick, you bastard.
All right. I'm on the Rabbitohs. Yous are both on the Panthers.
Panthers.
We all on the Bronchies? Oh wait, no, me and Benny on the Bronchies. Matt, you're on the Eels.
No, other way around.
Other way around. Okay,
Ben's
well, I'll stop doing the voice talking focus.
Eel.
We're all on the Sharks. Are we all on the Doys, or did someone take the
Stop putting
Knights?
on a voice, dude.
I think we're all Doys.
We're all Doys. Ben's on the Dolph Lundgren Finns. We're on the big titties.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, can you flip off the Tigers already?
Listen, you got to let me make my own mistakes, okay?
No.
Uncomfortable feeling knowing because I feel like there's merit to it.
I'm not going to sleep. Ben and I are on the Eags, the Bird Gang. We're all on the Roosties, and we're all on the Storm.
That's right.
You have more faith in the Tigers than you do in the Dragons. That's disgusting.
I don't necessarily have more faith in them, but just this week, I said I'm just feeling the arcane ley lines of the universe are converging, and I'm getting I'm picking up the vibes. I'm seeing into the future.
That sounds like some
What-
fucking
what-
rich
are you
cunt
feeling
Kate
that-
Blanchett shit is what you're saying right there.
That's right. I'm seeing so many different realities right now, and every single of the 3 billion outcomes, Tigers win.
Kate Blanchett. Oh, look at me. I'm Kate Blanchett.
Thank you everybody for joining myself, Matt, Ben, and Kate Blanchett for another episode of Just the Tip. Remember to tip with your head, not over it. Tip with your heart. Tip with your heart.
Tip with your
I
balls,
think.
dude. Tip with your
Tip.
fucking
Don't just
sack.
put the tip in. Put the whole fucking thing in. Tip with your balls.
Slam, put your tip in shaft all the way to the bottom of the trunk.
Fold
See if
it.
you can weasel in one nut
Or seal
at
it
a
in.
time. So seal the whole package into your tip and just fucking. Thank you for joining us for another
The music's
episode
playing.
of My Cum.
Yeah,
It's been
but
lovely having you here.
Oh, you got
before we
to
go, guys. But no, before we go, we need to do a thumbnail.
Oh, of course, you're so good at remembering that.
Thumbnail.
Okay, so just do something, do something fun.
What round is this? 8?